champions. Happy Monday morning, coming to you live from the 5 a.m. club, where we get up early and we conquer our morning to own our day. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. Thank God we get another chance to accomplish our goals and our dreams. Love Mondays, love fresh starts, love new weeks, love the ability to get hyper focused and intentional on what the goals are for the day and for the week. I know I've already gotten through most of that. A lot of it was yesterday evening, again a little bit this morning. I know what I got to do today. Do you? And when we talk about that kind of stuff, I just want to reiterate, when we look at the success of last week, right, and how well everybody did, then we just need to look at what was the catalyst for everybody to do well last week, and it was President's Challenge, right? And with President's Challenge, what I want you to ask yourself is, did you get outside your comfort zone? And maybe it was only just a little bit, right? Maybe it was just self-belief. But for a lot of you all, it was activity, right? A lot of you all, it was saying, okay, I committed to doing this, and I committed that I was going to have to pay if I didn't hit 30 hours. And so some of you all pushed just to get to that 30 hours. And it's just so cool to see, right? It's so cool to see somebody do something they've never done for the first time, right? And so for everybody, they got 10,000 for the first time. For everybody, they got 30 hours for the first time, even if you didn't get 10,000. To be able to prove to yourself that you're capable of doing those things, that is the biggest reward for the agency doing President's Challenge, right? Is you realize that you're capable of something greater than you thought you were. And so those things are just really awesome to see, super important. And so if you're sitting there and you did 30 hours or you did 10K or a combination of both, then pat yourself on the back, but make sure that you break that down and make sure that you see, okay, here's what I did, here's how I was able to be more efficient, here's how I was able to get more talk time. Or if you weren't that efficient when you got it, then ask yourself, okay, let me go look at how I got that talk time. Let me see how I can do this more efficiently, right? So that you're putting in less hours to get the same activity. And those are really good breakdowns. Now, if you're on the other side of the coin, right, and you didn't do President's Challenge last week, then you got to ask yourself why, right? I mean, we talked about it. You know, that means you weren't committed to giving this, the full-time effort. And so if that was the case last week and you had some sort of reason or distraction or whatever, then completely understandable, but then you want to try and put that effort and activity in this week. And those things are equally as important, right? So for those that participated, congratulations, great job. For those that didn't, it's okay, but reevaluate this week and figure out how to apply yourself, and how to give it 110%. And then for the very select few that did opt in, but didn't do 30 hours or 10,000, then it's time for self-reflection there too, right? And if you need somebody to talk to, reach out to one of us, reach out to your coach, reach out to somebody, and break down that week and see why. I know the coaches were there for accountability, so what really happened to push you out of that activity? And those types of sitting down and really getting hyper-focused on what happened, why it happened, and what you can do to continue or what you can do to change that day, that week, is how you do it. So when I talk about getting 1% better every single day, that's how we do it, is understanding what we did and then how to improve on that. So if you do that every single day and you really get into that routine, I promise you, as I say, you'll be amazed at where you end up. So let's have a fantastic Monday. Don't forget to be on the national call. It's going to be a good one. See you guys there. I'm out. Woo!